This is Vomiting Rainbows, episode number 35. In this episode, we have Joe with us, and we talk about some wonderfully light subjects. We talk about bands in Denver. We talk about children in cars. And we decide that, if you're going to be a YouTube star, don't do something that's going to get you killed.
That was the worst false advertisement I've ever heard in my life. It is incredibly dark. It's a wonderful show, but the topics are incredibly dark. But you can almost win an acai bowl or popcorn with me and some prostitutes.
Exactly. Listen and enjoy.
To talk is loud. If we all just walked through life having microphones and headphones, we wouldn't have to talk as loud, and our voices would probably last longer.
That's true. Well, this is Vomiting Rainbows. This is episode number 35. We're going to jump right into it.
Is it the right number this time? Because remember last time?
Yeah.
I just saved us, didn't I?
You might have saved us. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. I'm going to
You do this thing where you're obsessed with odd numbers and you're prejudiced towards even numbers.
No. We're good. It's 35. Last one was 34.
Okay.
But
that's Kevin Durant's number. Is that? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you're talking to me about sports.
Hey. Kevin Durant.
Is that what we're going to talk about on the? So we're contemplating a new idea in which we do two podcasts. One is a light episode and one is a dark episode.
Right, because I'm worried about potential nightmare issues with the current default setting of this program.
Yeah, well, that's why I actually texted you before and said, hey, if you have format ideas, and you, on your way over, you must have been thinking of one because you're like, you know what I should do?
Well, right. I should pitch him my really weird... No, well, I think that it's important to honor very immature cartoons.
Very immature.
So I think there's a possibility that could be a good show. I also think if we did play-by-play for like middle school sports, might, we could go, or like
a follow along
men's league softball.
Men's league softball. Yeah. You were thinking of that because you were playing softball on Monday.
Yeah. See, I only my brain only holds on to the last 24 hours of information.
Exactly. Yeah. So I understand that. Well, why don't we jump into something happy that will just something that's just totally going to make you happy.
You're not messing with me.
So you like death metal, don't you?
Did we talk about this last episode about there's like a movie, is it the band Ghost? No, it's the movie where the like lead singer like ate the bass player on stage.
Oh.
I mean, you should be an expert in this topic. This is like built for vomiting rainbows.
No, I think we talked about the guy in Germany who ate the guy.
Right. We didn't reference, there's like a black metal, they're always in Finland or whatnot. Nothing against the Scandinavians, but it's cold up there and there are not enough things to do, I suppose. I'm sorry, there's probably wonderful things to do up there. I just feel like for some reason, all the black death metal comes from the north, and I guess because it's dark a lot. And basically there was a band, and I forget the name, but hopefully the millions of listeners are Googling this right now.
Right, absolutely.
And it was a band who basically the lead singer, I think they all killed the lead singer on stage and ate him on stage and then fed him to the fans. And they were like playing churches. It's some weird stuff, man.
Whoa!
I thought we could kick off Vomiting Rainbows light with this topic.
I've never even heard of this.
Well, we can prep it for next week,
dude. That's kind of an interesting thing. But
it's old news. I mean, this is probably 10 years ago.
Okay,
if
but
not more.
Yeah, but did they get indicted for murder?
I think so. I don't know.
Or did he like sign a waiver like you're going to kill me on stage?
Yeah, I don't know the fallout. But yeah, it was pretty dark, to say the least.
Well, that's perfect because this is a dark news podcast,
right?
In which I tell stories to my buddy Joe, which he knows nothing about,
right?
And it gives him nightmares.
It hasn't yet. I think I'm just trying to be. It's like
is it because you're tired and you're not drinking coffee?
No, I lied to you that I was tired because I'm afraid of your stories.
No way.
No, I'm actually kind of tired.
All right.
No, I'm all right, man.
Okay.
You talked about green tea. For all the listeners out there, apparently Doug is trying to get a green tea sponsorship, but I don't think that's a company that has a brand that tries to sell itself through celebrities.
Through dark podcasts.
Dark news podcast hosts.
News podcast.
So even though you're drinking
decaf Arizona green tea.
Exactly. So as much as you're trying for that, I'm here as an intervention.
Okay.
That was the door closing.
Right.
And I'm telling you that you shouldn't drink a gallon of green tea every day.
I said at least.
I know.
Yeah.
This is a problem.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to dial it back. I'm going to start drinking like lemon water or something.
Successful intervention.
See, done.
Check.
And you're going to quit drinking coffee.
Yeah, but this is going to sound. I'm going to sound like a wuss now. I drink 1 cup of coffee a day.
And you're trying to
quit.
quit.
I think I need to quit. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's not go into detail on that. Let's just everyone soak that up for what it could be.
Well,
which is probably that I'm a softie.
Right. Well, and much like dark coffee, death metal.
Well, yeah, it hits
you hard.
I think they drank a lot of espresso in Finland.
It leaves you
and dark coffee
shaking. But there's this guy Christain Gulzow. He also goes by Nürüm Bellüm, and he also is what I would say a umlaut abuser. He loves to use the umlaut.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He is also a scooter rider, big scooter fan, as all death metal people are.
Right. He's friends with Scooter Braun, or he actually rides around on that thing.
Yeah, it's like that.
Same difference.
It's like that Good Thing, Find Young Cannibals video. He drives around in a scooter with way too many mirrors on it for no reason.
Nice.
Yeah. He wanted some tacos after a show, apparently. So he went to this place called Torcy's Tacos. Mm-hmm. You ever heard of it? Never went there when you were in Denver?
Where? Oh, I didn't. No.
No. I love that you took a moment to reflect on that.
Yeah.
Like, did I go to Torcy's?
What I remember about Denver is a lot of people in the summer were playing volleyball on the grass, which was always just weird, but great, but like weird. And then there was a really good sandwich place that I forget the name of. I remember a lot of spots in Boulder because I was younger and my brain still worked.
Right.
Like Half Past, where they sell pitchers of Long Island iced teas.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
Pitchers.
Yes. Well, small pitchers, but still it's a pitcher.
Yeah, that's too much.
It's like a Greg Maddux kind of pitcher, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or Pedro Martinez. See? Dude, I'm going to be throwing sports references at you all day.
And it's just going to be like...
Yeah. No, and it doesn't... And that was like over anyone's head because it was just a stupid joke. But,
yeah, but I didn't get it. I'm sure somebody out there giggled.
Like a Braves fan, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
we're not going to find out.
Yeah, we're not going to find out. They'll write us and let us know.
Got it.
But yeah, so he was getting tacos. Apparently, this guy Brian Lucero wanted to grab his scooter because it's a towed scooter. It's got a lot of mirrors.
Yeah.
And an altercation ensued.
Wait, the scooter has a lot of mirrors?
I'm assuming.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. And so.
Are they friends? Do they know each other? Or this is a random? Two randoms?
It's unclear.
Okay. Interesting.
But, so I'm showing you right now, this is Nürüm Bellüm.
Feed.
So it's an Instagram feed. You can look him up. It's under NURUM_BELLUM.
Got it.
And this is him. He is a character, as you can tell.
Yeah.
He likes the dark stuff.
There's a bit of a Marilyn Manson, Robert Smith kind of combo thing going on here.
Right.
Yeah.
When you're out on tour with a band, have you had to bail out a band or get them out of trouble?
So, more or less, a few times. The best one was one of our bands used to early on. You try to find a gig that pays anything, right?
Right.
And so there was a casino out in the boons, way up in Northern California, that didn't pay incredibly well, but paid better than most things at the time. And they were playing a show, and at one point, every set there was a song that was like a pretty long jam song with 4 minutes of like instrumental stuff. So the lead singer of the song would always do something fun. He would always go into the crowd and do something very random and interesting. This time, he went to the van parked out back, grabbed a sleeping bag, went in the sleeping bag and kind of like pretended to go to sleep in the middle of the floor. Now, granted, this is like a little stage, little casino. There's probably 20 people there.
Right. So big show.
Yeah. Thank you. This older security guard walked up, and because I guess it's against law, even though it's the performing band on stage, and I'm pretty sure they saw the singer go down and do this, started trying to pick him up. Not a big deal.
Right.
He just stayed, as a performer, stayed in the. Eventually, they started punching him in the chest.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I had to, and then remember the tap? What was the tap thing where you take your knuckle and you tap it right on your sternum?
Right, yeah.
So they were doing that.
Oh wow.
And he's like then starting to freak out, and they keep doing it even though he's starting to get up. It was like kind of a melee. So yeah, I had to run over, and it was a little awkward too because it was a female security guard.
Uh-huh.
So then there's this world of like I need to protect the singer, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It was awkward, and so I got in a fit. No, I'm kidding. We just like I pulled the security guard off of him. There's definitely been a few times where like some people have rushed stages in bigger shows and more recently, but nothing too hairy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so what this guy did when he found his buddy,
right,
or not his buddy, when he found his scooter getting stolen, or apparently he said stolen, by this guy, Christian, then apparently he has like Wolverine claw things.
Wait, this is Nürüm Bellüm?
Yeah. Christain Gulzow.
Got it.
Or Guzlow. He decided he said he punched him.
Like he has an exoskeleton, or he just has like things that he like.
He has like gloves with like little knivey things.
But like real knives.
Yeah, like real knivey things.
Dude, what is up with people?
And so he said that he fought with him, and then at some point he must have nicked him in the throat.
Oh my gosh.
And he went down. And then he said he got on his scooter and left because he was afraid of the continued altercation.
So Christian said this.
Yes.
To the other. Okay.
The taco place called a lot of people saw this altercation. Taco place calls the police. They find the guy down there. They immediately call an ambulance. He's rushed to the hospital where he dies.
Dude.
And he died like an hour later. Like not even an hour later. It started at like 12:59. He was dead at like 11:11.
Yeah,
so,
that's
so what?
Brutal.
I mean, it's obviously drunk o'clock because it's like 11, almost 1 a.m.
Right.
So he apparently had a knife on him and had stabbed Brian in the throat, and then like when Brian went down, then he got apparently blood got all over him. He freaked out, ran. He rode on his little scooter, and they saw him try and throw the knife away, and then they got him.
This is the Wolverine knife.
Yeah. No. He actually had a real knife on him.
Oh, so
he
it wasn't the Wolverine claws.
No, he tried to blame it on them. He's like, "Oh, I must have nicked him when I was punching him," and they're like, "These things wouldn't do that."
Right.
So they got him in an intersection like 2 blocks away. He didn't have the knife on him, but they saw him on cameras, and like the speed cameras or whatever, and he was clearly throwing the knife away.
Right.
And then arrested him, and he is now awaiting trial. But apparently this guy's not liked very much.
I mean, it sounds like it wouldn't exactly be the buddy you're most excited to hang out with.
No, so this is another band called The Caretakers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know not Caretakers, Undertakers.
Okay.
Which I feel like I've heard that band name.
There's the wrestler, of course.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Great WWF E star.
Yeah, he's like huge. Oh,
yeah,
and he just,
I think he passed.
Yeah, he just died or something.
I think so.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, so the Undertaker, the Undertaker's lead singer said, "This Diablo dude, if you remember, is a short fuck who dressed like a devil at all of our shows, i.e. the Undertakers, and I hope this piece of shit burns in hell for what he did."
Dang.
Yeah,
that's some beef.
So
that's some metal Colorado band beef.
Yeah. So, I mean, did you ever have like some weird ass person at one of your shows that did like something so wacky that you're like, I really hope this guy doesn't come around anymore?
No, the weirdest stuff, I think back in radio days, you would have listeners who sent you some super weird stuff. Like I had a guy who sent me the reason I bring this up because like I in my head like this is what could have happened with this person. He sent me mail probably once a week, and it was always these like elaborate hand arts and crafts crafted projects with like concert tickets to a show on the moon that had like my name printed out in it, and then you'd have like half naked pictures of him in like the woods, and he looked like a character from Game of Thrones, and yeah, that was the scariest thing I think I've ever been around personally.
I feel like this is maybe why you're more nervous about the podcast.
It's possible, yeah. Well, but honestly, so that was to the point where, like, at what point do you go to like the authorities?
Right.
He's like, I don't know how normal this is. I mean, yeah,
right.
people are interesting and they're unique and they have their expressions, but this seems like it could just be dangerous. So I think I just went to like my HR director, and she's like, yeah, we'll keep an eye on it, and nothing happened.
Yeah.
But as far as the band thing goes, I mean, wasn't there a documentary a long time ago? It was about the guy who was stalking Bjork.
Oh, no.
I forget the name of that, too. I'm not going to remember any name for anything, but it was very, very, very creepy. And I mean, I can only imagine when you get to that level. And when you're a band, like Bjork, who's a little bit out there in a wonderful way.
Right.
But your fan base is going to be probably even more hardcore about everything, and then let alone when you get the people who are maybe a little bit off kilter.
Right.
And Icelandic or something, it could be problematic. So,
well, that was one of the things that so Mike, who is also a co-host of the show, he was telling me that in one of our previous episodes that he had a super fan who used to write him letters all the time and constantly send him naked photos of her. And then he said it just creeped him out one time when she sent a picture of a candy bar that she was rubbing.
Yep.
You know where I'm going.
Yeah.
And then she got the letter, the
bar?
picture, and the candy bar.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, no, this is going to get weird.
That's dangerous stuff. And the thing with, especially I think terrestrial radio, and Mike was a morning show host for such a long time, and you have, and I mean an afternoon too. So you have these, like, so many people are listening one-on-one, and in general right now probably too. That's never a group thing. So you're able with that to build like kind of these really weird versions of friendships.
Right. Because
especially with the morning show, you wake up and you listen to the morning show talk about things every day. So it's kind of like if you have roommates or if you had roommates and you go home and you're like, how was your day? That same experience, I think, exists with a host of a show that's on a consistent basis. And so what happens there is it's kind of a one-sided communication on both sides. The host is always talking to you, and you're always relating to it, especially if you like it. You relate to it a lot probably, but then there's no way to reciprocate that. Right. And then sometimes these are the instances where that occurs, as opposed to just like hanging out with a radio host at a T-Mobile on a Sunday and like winning tickets to the Giants game up at reserve seats, because there'd be stuff like that where you get to see him and hang out. But for the most part, I think there's a lot of like bundled up opinions.
Right.
And yeah, it's a really interesting, kind of a fascinating part of entertainment, which I guess is not much different from just people following celebrities in general.
Well, like
movie,
like the stalker who think he's like madly in love with Taylor Swift,
right,
because he listens to Taylor Swift and somehow thinks he has a connection with Taylor Swift,
right.
But it's totally acquitted of that, so it's totally fine.
Well, and I think what's amazing too is that then you have like movie stars, right? And nothing against Russell Crowe, who might be the smartest dude in the world, but like when he was in, was it A Beautiful Mind? And you have people who obsess about the character of a show,
right?
And you're like, oh, that's just there's such a genius. I want to know them. You're like, no, like, I mean, again, nothing against Russell Crowe, but he's not the genius. That was the character he played, and that's a fascinating thing in our society today, where like, which has been the case in like celebrity pop culture, there's just this massive disconnect between what we know and what is actually true.
Right. And so the other thing that I think is really interesting in this whole thing is like what you said before. It's like, at what point do you go from, oh, this is just an annoyance, to, is this something really dangerous?
Right.
And that's when they end up on this podcast.
And when the Wolverine claws.
Yeah.
I mean, when a dude's rolling with Wolverine claws, I think that's your sign of like, nah, it's not going to work.
But the best is they didn't know who the guy was at first.
Right.
And the reason they were able, the description that went out on the APB was, we're looking for a guy on a scooter with Kiss-like face paint on his face. So they said white face paint with black eyes.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard to find.
Yeah. Are you a Kiss fan?
I am not a Kiss fan.
Yeah, me either.
I I literally am shocked when I see their fans because I'm like, really?
I just don't. I mean, I get that they've crushed the branding part of a musical entity, but dude, I am not into them.
No, me neither.
All right, good. Wow, nice.
Yeah, I don't get that at all. But I'm also not like
You're just
Russ.
anti-Detroit in general.
I'm not a Russ or Yes fan or
Right.
any of those.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I don't need like a 20-minute like drum solo or
Bass
guitar.
interlude?
Yeah.
Sure.
No.
I bet you I could get you into a couple Yes songs.
No, don't even try.
No, I'm gonna try.
No. Okay. And then
the fill-in keyboardist of Rush showed up at Ryoko Sushi, little name drop for a sushi place in San Francisco.
Yeah.
The late night sushi spot with like the owner is all about rock and roll, and he was like serenading us with all these. Granted, that wouldn't have sold John it because he was doing a lot of really weird jammy piano stuff while we were just trying to enjoy like Bluefin.
Right.
With,
Again, I would think, oh, it's cool because it's the guy from Yes,
right.
But that's about the extent I would recognize, the really like weird 1970 hippie cover thing.
You'd pick up on it. And then you go to the lengths of creating your own anti-Yes band known as No.
Yeah. Or No.
Oh, No. Oh, I like that. These are good. I feel like that's not a band name. That's
it is. Oh, it is. It's No.
Is it a band?
3, yeah.
You just said 4. No.
It's No.
It's 3.
3.
Is the band Doug is talking about A, No, B, No, or C, No. The
And
winner gets tickets to.
Yeah.
The winner gets an acai bowl in the Hayes Valley Project Juice.
Yeah, exactly. Done.
How do they apply?
Yeah. They just send it to contact@vomitingrainbows.com.
Is that real? Does that exist?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, we have Vomiting Rainbows.
You
We have a
rabbit hole.
I went actually to the website to be sure we were on the right number.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, see, we're tech savvy.
Yeah. No, I based on the contract you offered me, I knew this was a fine establishment. I just had no idea we were talking like high level on this.
And did you notice you can see this now. There's a little bit more space.
Was that there? Because of my memory, I didn't want to say anything because I assumed I'd be wrong, but this does look different.
Yeah, well, because there's a large,
it was a
cushion.
bed.
Yeah,
right.
It was a bed.
Which is why the soundproofing is probably not as good.
No, it's just as good.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So
these expensive microphones.
So on to our next lovely story. Have you ever been to Minnesota?
No, I haven't. But Minnesota and Chicago, I feel like, are the states where all my favorite people come from. And when I say states, I mean city and state. There.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Chicago's not a state. God damn it.
You're working on it, dude.
The Midwest, I feel like, are so many nice people are from the Midwest.
Yes.
They're like smart and interesting and nice, and it's just refreshing to meet people from the Midwest.
This might go contrary to that.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Here we go.
Here we go.
Ruin it for me.
No, I'm not. This is a lovely couple. That what they were hoping to do is strike fame and fortune on YouTube.
Okay.
So
That's pretty common.
Yeah. They came up with this idea that no one has come up with. They wanted to do stunts and pranks on YouTube. No, I know. It's like they were first. They were like innovators in the space.
Right.
So they were like really cutting edge.
Yeah. Like this is only 20 years later than Jackass, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So Monalisa Perez, she got pregnant with her now husband when she was 15 years old.
Okay.
So like Teen Mom 2.
Got it.
And she is now 19. Pedro is now 22.
Who?
Pedro Ruiz. That's her boyfriend. They're not married.
Okay.
And they decided they had an epic stunt that was going to propel them into
Man, I already
stardom.
see where this is going.
Yeah. So she tweeted that we're going to shoot the most dangerous stunt video ever. And this is his idea, not mine, with a scary face emoji and a monkey, covering its eyes emoji.
Yeah.
So this is
see no evil.
Right, exactly. So this is hardcore.
Yeah.
And so his aunt heard that she was going to do, or that he was going to do this quote killer stunt to get famous.
But they didn't say what it was.
They haven't said yet.
Oh,
I'm building up.
You haven't said yet.
I haven't said yet.
But they didn't say at this point in the story.
No, they have.
Oh, I got you. I see this.
See?
Sorry, you're being the great narrator storyteller.
I'm trying.
And I'm being the little kid in the front, like, wait a minute, what was the name?
What was the stunt?
Is there any more popcorn? Caramel.
Are we there yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the Chicago popcorn? It's half caramel, half cheddar. You ever had that?
No.
Yeah, just keep going. I'm sorry.
I love that you keep bringing up stuff and you're like, I don't know what it's called.
I know half of everything, man.
You know.
This is why my success has not reached its like potential in general. Like I know half of things.
Yeah.
I don't know if I knew all of anything.
So if any
I'd be great at that thing.
If any of our fans hear this and they write to contact at Vomiting Rainbow, the first one who sends the answer gets to have the popcorn with Joe in Hayes Valley.
Nice.
While he gets prostitute juice.
Well, I get
we're just.
I thought you said while I get prostitutes. I'm like, dude, I live by Cap Street. I don't need to go to Hayes Valley for that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah. Well, they'll meet you down there somewhere near Cap
well,
Street.
Those are fancy ones. Thank you.
Yeah. You'll meet at the Whizburger or whatever.
Come eat popcorn while Joe gets prostitutes. That would be a more proper Vomiting Rainbow promo, quite honestly. Than eating popcorn with me.
I think this is somewhere where we could definitely go with this. So his aunt heard that he was going to do this killer stunt and begged him not to do it.
Okay.
Like literally begged him not to do it. You like how I have to keep going and like letting the screensaver not turn on?
Wait, will it stop recording if the screensaver turns on?
I don't know, but I don't want to try it.
You just don't want to risk it.
And I should have.
God forbid you take 5 minutes to test that at some point in time.
Look, dude, I do so much preparation for this podcast.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah. So she begged it not to do it, but he swore to her he had tried it and it would work. He put one camera on the back of a vehicle, another on a ladder. And while it took him a while, and this is on video, for him to convince Monalisa to let him do this stunt.
Okay.
What do you think? Camera, car?
Well, so first off, the first thing that popped into my head was that old Simpsons episode when when Bart is trying to like jump the Springfield Gorge.
Oh, yeah.
And then Homer like, no, son. It was very prescient kind of.
Right.
But then he jumps it and then like almost makes it and then jumps up and down and then doesn't make it and then rolls down and then the ambulance gets up and blah.
Yeah.
That's what.
And it dropped him off the back.
Right.
Yep.
So now I'm picturing these people's cartoons.
Right.
With yellow skin and 4 fingers.
And 4 fingers.
And I picture him. I don't know. There's a ladder in a car at this point?
Yeah, ladder.
Ladder in a car.
Yeah. A camera on a car and a camera on a ladder.
Maybe like the car is going to drive underneath the ladder and he's going to jump off the top of the ladder into the sunroof and then try to like get into the driver's seat and continue driving.
Do you know what a desert eagle is?
Is this a sexual thing?
No.
Okay. Is it a gun?
It is.
From like Snatch?
Probably.
Yeah. I think Bullet Tooth Tony has a
desert eagle.
It's a Desert Eagle 0.1 something like that.
Yeah, it's a 50 caliber gun.
Yeah.
So that's there too.
0.5.
Now, does that help?
Dude. Yeah, that's a useful piece of info.
Yeah. Okay.
And what's he gonna do with the gun?
Some books.
Wait, books?
Encyclopedias.
Oh, okay. Just in general encyclopedias, or like? I guess that's all encyclopedias are.
Right. Actually, just one encyclopedia.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're not making this up right now. All right. So I think pretty clearly he's gonna try to throw the book in the air, shoot the book with the gun while on the ladder, and the car drives underneath him. He falls through the sunroof into the driver's seat and catches the excess bullet in his teeth.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's Penn and Teller type stuff.
While then slamming on the brakes and power sliding into a parking spot like Ace Ventura.
No. So what he did is he decided to hold the encyclopedia to his chest while Monalisa shot him, and he used it as a bulletproof vest.
What about the ladder in the car? I don't get it.
It's just for angles.
Oh, man. See?
I know.
That's pretty good, though.
Yeah.
I mean, good in the way of a really stupid idea that's somewhat interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he had tried this once before.
One encyclopedia,
but he had put 20 in a row, and then he shot the gun into it, and it only went through one encyclopedia.
Yeah.
I don't think
he understood physics very well.
No, and I also think there was a little bit of a problem there as well, because I don't know if he used the 50 caliber gun. But regardless, it didn't stop the bullet. It shot him in the chest. She calls 911. They send a helicopter to airlift him out, and he dies before the helicopter lands.
Man.
Yeah. So did I mention that she's also pregnant with his next child.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, this is why.
Doug.
I know. This is why it's so good. Why? It's dude. You have to keep it good.
Do people need to know these things?
I think they do.
Okay.
The other thing that's really interesting is I looked this up online just to see how strong a Desert Eagle 50 caliber gun is.
Yeah.
And I saw a demo of them shooting a hole in an engine block with it.
Yeah.
So it's not a trivial gun.
Man. So
maybe he used the wrong volume. Like maybe it's like should have been Z or
just waiting on that joke.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a shame.
I actually wrote it down.
Oh, good. And reverse engineer it a little bit.
Yeah.
Like go from 20 volumes to like 15.
Yeah.
And then try it and then see if it goes through. I mean, not that it should ever happen at all. And please, no one ever.
I think that's the moral of this story.
Yeah.
Is never.
This is just a bad idea all around.
Yeah. So their last video.
But this was published? Someone published this video?
No.
Okay.
It's not. The police commandeered the cameras and everything. And that's that. They're going to review that, and she is on trial for facing 10 years in prison if convicted of manslaughter.
But there are videos of
the whole incident.
But you mentioned earlier when you were talking about referring to videos, were you referring to videos where he's trying to convince her to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
So what do you think? You think she's on the line for that, or that's all him?
I mean,
it'd be an accessory sort of. I mean, not an accessory, but like
I think it's
she pulled the trigger.
Yeah, but I think it's more like reckless endangerment, not manslaughter.
Yeah.
I mean, she was not trying to kill him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and it's if she's on video fighting this and waiting to be convinced, and he is on video pushing so heavily for it, then it would really be hard to, I think, put her behind bars for 10 years.
Yeah. So
or it just would feel kind of bad.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think she had any malicious intent.
Right.
And her family says this is a tragic incident that she's going to have to live with the rest of her life.
Absolutely.
And she was having his other child.
So did she lose the kid?
No.
Okay.
This is as of Monday. She was in jail.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. This is very recent. Her next trial date is July 5th.
Got it.
She also they have a blog or a vlog that shows the struggles of real life couples like Teen Mom, and how it is to be teen parents. She begs friends to buy her fitness and lifestyle products on her Facebook page to help their family. He worked at a railroad, and he was hoping to be a foreman.
That's sad stuff, dude.
Yeah.
So do they have a bunch of other, like, were they doing other stunts prior to this?
Oh,
or this was like the first? So there's like YouTube videos
there's
of
like
all the
tons.
other stuff.
There's a plethora of content out there that you
Got
can
it.
like look up and see what they were doing.
Got it.
But their other stuff was, I mean, it is not exciting.
You spent some time with it,
I took a little bit of time watching it. I was going to make you watch one episode, but you said
really happy you didn't.
You said you were tired.
Yeah, thank you.
And I think that would have made you more tired. But
but not the one with the other time he shot himself.
No,
with the volumes of books.
That was a Snapchat video, and all of
his
friends.
So that was recorded though.
It was recorded, and his friends saw
it. Okay.
So, and he showed it to her multiple times to show her that it wouldn't hurt him.
Interesting.
So, I mean, he was basically saying, "Trust me, it's not going to hurt me."
Mm-hmm.
So, I think they're going to. It's really going to be hard to convict her of anything, but maybe something reckless with a firearm or discharging a firearm in like city limits or something, but not. She did. This was just stupid.
Yeah.
So let's go to another teen mom or a young mom. Let's say. She's Cynthia Randolph. She's 25.
Okay.
Dallas, Fort Worth. She says she's a down-ass chick. She loves to study high.
Wait. Are you reading dating profiles right now? What are you?
No, this is on her Facebook profile.
Oh, got it.
And she loves to study high and get high scores.
Got it.
Yeah. So she takes studying seriously. She's also a mom of 2 children, Juliet, 2, and Kavanaugh, who's 1.
Okay.
They apparently wanted to play outside, and she just let them go out and play like your parents probably did.
Oh, yeah.
And she said she called for the 2 children and they did not respond. So she went outside. She found them in the locked car. She broke the window, called 911. And what do you think happened?
Wait, 2 kids went outside. She went outside, found the kids in the locked car, windows up.
Yep.
And then she broke the windows.
So what does this scenario tell you?
I mean, was it hot out?
Yeah, 100,
Okay.
100 degrees.
Well,
At least in the car.
so that, like, the kids might have died in the car, which is super sad.
Well, would it be super sad in this podcast?
I see what you're saying. So because we're in a dark news program, it can't just be as, like, simple as that.
No.
It's probably that she, like, broke the window and then, like, by doing that, killed the kids as she broke the window.
No.
Oh.
So she made up several variations
Oh, she killed the kids.
of the event. So what apparently happened is the kids were out of control, and she decided, as a responsible mother would.
Oh, we're about to find out if it still records.
It's still recorded.
Look at that.
We're good. I went a little too long on.
You just been wanting to check out Nürüm Bellüm's Instagram feed.
Yeah. So I saved us from a screensaver.
Thank you.
But yeah. So what happened
Which is an ironic phrase, isn't it?
It is an ironic phrase.
Is that an irony?
I don't know.
Yeah. The whole Alanis thing really blew up irony in my head.
it did.
I don't know what it is even anymore.
Yeah. It's just a thing.
All right. So this. Thanks.
Yeah.
It's a thing. Got it.
Anyway.
That'd be a good bumper sticker. Irony is a thing.
Irony. It's just a thing.
It's also when you over iron your shirt.
Irony.
Yeah,
It's
You're
very
like, dude,
irony.
It's too starchy and straight right now.
It's irony.
Yeah,
All right. Cool.
cool.
Cool. So she had these 2 children. They were apparently out of control. She decided to put them in the 100-degree car to teach them a lesson.
She should go away for a long time.
She believed that the heat would become too much. And so that's when she was pretty sure that Juliet would unlock the door and get out of the car. Little problem was she wasn't really watching them. And instead, she was getting really stoned and decided to take a 2 to 3 hour nap. She's not sure. She can't really remember. You seem stunned.
Dude, I hate this. This is so horrible and sad. And those kids, do not, kids, man. They have no choice in the matter. And these parents are freaking horrible.
Yeah.
And it's so sad.
So what she had done is she tried to break out the window to make it look like this whole thing was a massive accident. And she did not put them in to punish them in the car. And she told police that they weren't even in there more than an hour. And they must have gone in and locked themselves in while playing outside.
So the main reason she would claim that she broke the window was because it would be a locked car.
Yeah, it was locked and she couldn't get in.
Right.
And they had somehow gotten the keys or something.
Right.
So yeah, that was.
But so how would they find out the true story?
So they kept talking to her, and she kept changing her story.
Got it.
And I think
then she basically admitted to it.
Yeah, if you watch enough of the crime TV shows that I do,
you can tell.
You can, yeah, you immediately know if there starts to be inconsistencies in a story.
Yeah,
that's when they just latch on.
And both of the kids died.
Both of them died,
dude.
Yeah, this is not a good scenario. And so she was just arrested. So we're going to follow this story, find out what happens. But she's facing 2 charges of child injury causing serious bodily injury or death. So.
But shouldn't she be charged with murder?
I think it's different.
I mean, on some level,
it's still the same charge.
It's
a felony.
Okay.
So she will.
Got it.
She's definitely facing possibility of 2 life terms.
Okay.
Or I don't know. It's Texas. It could be the death penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm not down with that, but I'm down for her to go into prison forever.
Yeah, I think she should definitely be on Orange is the New Black.
Yes.
For a long time.
Yes.
Forever. So yeah, so that's
Dude.
that's a wonderful episode of Vomiting Rainbows.
Oh man.
I don't know. Do you want to open the door and let Ben in, and like maybe he has something to say? But thank
Ben,
you.
bring us joy because it's so dark now.
Maybe that'll make you feel better.
I want to go listen to black metal.
Black metal. You want to listen to
Black metal, a Jim James song.
Yeah,
yeah.
You want to give a shout out to the
No,
Undertakers?
we can't shout out to any of these guys. Oh, but I guess the Undertakers would be okay dudes.
Yeah, so we can shout out to if you're in Denver
or Fox Theater in Boulder. That's a cool venue.
Check out
Denver.
Check out the Undertakers.
Yeah.
And then contact us at contact@vomitingrainbows.com.
Mm-hmm.
We welcome any comments and ideas. You can find us on We Vomit Rainbows on all social media. Please rate and review us on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. Check out Joe's artists all over the place. You can go through
Vincent Van Gogh and who's my other artist? Leonardo
Stone Foxes.
da Vinci.
I almost
Starn?
I almost said Stone Roses.
Oh yeah, what a surprise! I get that 50% of the time.
Yeah.
Tandemartist.com.
All right. Excellent.